Welcome to NEXION, the channel where shadows are illuminated, mysteries are unveiled, and the truth is told in a way that grips your imagination. Here, we don't simply tell stories. We dissect secrets. We uncover hidden truths. And today, we step into a tale that feels almost impossible. A story of brilliance, arrogance, and danger. A story of a boy who dared to challenge one of the most powerful cities in the world. A boy who, armed with nothing more than a keyboard, outsmarted billion-dollar empires. This is the story of the teenager who hacked Las Vegas, the mirage of Las Vegas. Las Vegas, a glowing jewel in the desert, a city of chance, where billions are won and lost every night beneath shimmering neon skies. Casinos rise like fortresses, guarded by cameras, guards, and algorithms. The city lives by one rule: the house always wins. But in the shadows of this fortress, a ghost emerged. A teenager, too young to gamble, too young to drink, too young even to enter the casinos he would soon bend to his will. He didn't need chips. He didn't need dice. All he needed was code, the birth of a hacker. He wasn't like other kids. While his classmates played video games, he broke them apart, studying the patterns, learning how systems worked, peeling back the layers of software. At first, it was curiosity. Then it became obsession. Late nights spent hunched over his computer, bathed in the glow of the monitor, scrolling through underground forums where hackers traded secrets like smugglers exchanging contraband. The boy was brilliant, untrained, but dangerous. He didn't crave money, at least not yet. What he craved was power, the thrill of breaking something everyone else believed to be unbreakable. And what could be more unbreakable than Las Vegas? Subtle pause. Narrator's tone deepens. Before we continue, if you're fascinated by mysteries like this, subscribe to NEXION, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your support helps us uncover more hidden stories like the one you're hearing now. The first breach. Every fortress has cracks, and the teenager began searching for them. He probed casino websites, tested their firewalls, poked at their defenses. To the world, the systems looked invincible. Outdated software, they looked lazy. Weak passwords. Human errors hidden behind expensive security facades. One night, he slipped through. It wasn't a jackpot, not yet. Emails, employee net surveillance schedules. He had done the impossible. He was inside, and once inside, he wasn't going to stop. Information is power. Money moves Las Vegas, but information controls it. Through his breach, the teenager gained more than he could have imagined. Security floor plans, camera placements, lists of VIP high rollers, even details about machine programming, and among the files, he saw it. The blueprint of slot machines, the algorithms behind the illusion of luck. To him, it was chance. For the first time, he realized the truth. If he wanted to, he could change the game, not just play it, control it. The first jackpot. It began with a single machine. He altered its payout cycle, nudging the code so the odds bent ever so slightly. Then he waited. Somewhere on the floor of a Las Vegas casino, a gambler pulled the lever, and a jackpot lit up. The symbols aligned. The crowd cheered. Staff congratulated the player. The gambler thought he had been blessed by fortune, but behind it all, in a bedroom thousands of miles away, a teenager smiled in silence. He had pulled the strings. He had made the machine pay out, and no one even knew. That was the moment he crossed the line. Escalation, like every gambler, the boy wanted more. One machine turned into several. One casino became many. Sometimes he altered payouts. Other times, he just watched. He mapped the city's networks like a hunter studying prey. For a brief time, he even gained access to surveillance cameras. For a chilling moment, he had eyes inside the most guarded rooms of Las Vegas cash cages, VIP lounges, security control rooms. He wasn't just a hacker anymore. He was a phantom, moving unseen through the veins of the city of Sindot. But phantoms leave traces. The house notices. Casinos live on illusion. They cannot afford weakness. But strange things began to happen. Machines paying out when they shouldn't. Logs that didn't match. Players winning in patterns that defied chance. At first, they dismissed it as glitches. But glitches repeat, and repetition becomes a pattern. Behind closed doors, executives grew alarmed. Las Vegas wasn't supposed to lose. The house wasn't supposed to fail. Someone was inside. Someone dangerous. And they needed to find him before the city's greatest illusion shattered. Narrator tone sharpened slightly. If you're still watching, that means this story has you hooked. Don't forget to hit like, drop a comment with your thoughts, and subscribe to NEXION for more stories where mystery meets technology. The Silent War. The casinos kept the secret. No press dot, no public scandal. Instead, they hired specialists, elite cybersecurity firms, digital mercenaries, who hunted ghosts across networks. But the teenager was clever. He bounced his signals across the globe: Tokyo, London, Sao Paulo, each connection disposable, each identity masked. To the experts, he was a mirage, but every mirage is nowhere at once. The specialists studied his timing, his methods, his style. Slowly, a profile began to form. They didn't know his name, but they could feel his presence. And then, the call was made. The problem was bigger than casinos, bigger than Vegas. The FBI was brought in, the grand gamble. The boy wanted spectacle. His small victories weren't enough. He dreamed of the impossible. An entire casino floor erupting in jackpots at once. It would be chaos. History. A digital rebellion against the empire of chance. He prepared for weeks, tested his code, rehearsed the sequence. This wasn't just hacking anymore, it was performance art. And then, one night, he struck. Machines lit up. Jackpots screamed across the casino. Players erupted in cheers. Staff scrambled, bewildered, and in his room, the boy smiled. He had done it. He had bent Las Vegas to his will, but he wasn't alone. The trap, the FBI had been waiting. The networks weren't just targets anymore, they were bait. Backdoors laced with trackers, silent alarms hidden in code. When he triggered his digital fireworks, the trap snapped shut. His screen froze. Warning logs flooded red. A signal traced back through the layers of his deception. He panicked. He severed the connection, pulled the plug, sat in the dark, heart racing. But it was too late. Had left footprints. The knock on the door. Days passed. The paranoia grew heavier. Every sound outside felt sharper. And then every knock it carried that morning. Boots thundering across the floor. The door burst open. Agents seized. Guns hard drives bagged. The boy stood frozen. Handcuffs snapped around his wrists. The invisible gambler was visible at last. The interrogation. The room was sterile, silent. No neon dot, no jackpots. Just white walls and federal agents. They asked him why. Why risk everything? Why Las Vegas? His answer was quiet, almost defiant. Because I could. It was never about money. It was about power. The thrill of breaking the unbreakable. For him, it had been a game. For them, it was a crime. The fallout, the story exploded. Teenager hacks Las Vegas. Headlines painted him as a villain, a genius, a prodigy gone astray. Some called him a criminal. Others saw him as a warning of a generation raised on code and rebellion. Casinos rebuilt. Cybersecurity tightened. Firewalls hardened. But in hacker circles, his legend grew. Forums whispered his story. If a boy could breach Las Vegas, what else was possible? The legacy. He was punished, of course. But punishment couldn't erase his impact. His name became myth. His story, a reminder that no fortress is truly unbreakable. That brilliance and recklessness can topple even billion-dollar empires. Las Vegas recovered. The lights still shine. The dice still roll. The house still claims it always wins. But somewhere in its systems, in the memories of those who guard its secrets, there lingers a ghost. The ghost of a teenager who, for one fleeting moment, made the house lose. This was the story of the boy who hacked Las Vegas. A story of genius and arrogance, of victory and downfall. A reminder that power does not always belong to the biggest players, but sometimes to the youngest dreamers with the sharpest minds. You are watching NEXION, where mysteries meet truth and shadows are brought to light. If this story gripped you, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave your thoughts in the comments. Because here at NEXION, the next mystery is always waiting.